everybody, Amy Lewis here. I just want to go ahead and do a little in the bag for you. First of all, I'd like to address a lot of people ask me how I'm sponsored by Gateway Discs and AGL Discs. Well, luckily with Gateway Discs, they let us be sponsored by any sister company that they manufacture discs for. And they do manufacture discs for AGL. So I'm very lucky I get to throw both companies. Alright, well, to start off, my favorite disc is the Amy Lewis Tour Series Spear. This is a sweet 9-speed. It's super straight. I depend on it in the woods a ton. Next off, I have the Realm by Gateway. It's a really nice straight to overstable driver. I can depend on it in headwind, and anytime I need to throw over OB or anything, the Realm is definitely a go-to. And then Gateway Disc just dropped the new NXT Light Auras, and I'm throwing a 162 gram here. This disc is great for a hyzer pop shot. It's really dependable, and it'll pop up some and then still come out. I also have some with the sweet Mr. Lee stamp, so thank you, Mr. Lee. So next up, I have the Redwood from AGL Discs. Now this is one of their main distance drivers. I really like it for flicking. I'll go ahead and give it a little bit of this and it'll pop up and come out. It's also really good in the woods, and I really love the Redwood. Next up, one of my absolute favorites. This is an older run of Ether. This is one of the best forehand discs on the market in my personal opinion. I like this one because it's a little bit flatter. It'll go out, flip a little glidey, and then come out at the end. And this is in an NXT plastic. I'm really loving the Ether. Next up, I have another Ether, but this one's in NXT. It's a little bit of a later run, so it's got a little bit more dome to it. And I like that for still straight, but it ends up going overstable a lot. So that's a really good disc there is the Ether. Definitely try them out. Up next, I have the Locust. Now, AGL's made two different runs of Locust. One with no bead here, and then one with a micro bead there. So this is an older run. For me, it's just really straight. It never really flips over too much. It's a really good disc for upshotting. I really like it. And this one is also a little bit lucky. I got a Haiti Laney signature there, so I really throw this one in a pinch. Up next, I have another Locust. This is an X out, and it's kind of like in a different plastic. So this one will flip over a bit on a forehand, and then just holds out really straight and comes out at the end a bit, which I really like. And then I have the newest run of Locust, which has this little bead on the end. It makes it slightly more overstable, and I really like that for just slightly overstable forehands and backhands, but still it goes straight, so it's not too stable. And then I have the Blade from Gateway. Now this is kind of like my Firebird. It's really overstable forehand. I can give it a good flick like this and it'll always come back out. Great for headwind. It's a really nice overstable fairway driver. And then I have a classic, the Tim Mitchell Sycamore from AGL Disc. This thing just flies really straight. It's one of the only fairway drivers where I can toss it and have it finish straight. It doesn't finish left or right. It just goes straight the entire time. This is awesome because it's made out of a hemp plastic, which I really love. Gateway and AGL are really good about using recycled or different ways to make plastics. And then for mid-ranges, I actually only carry two. I have the AGL Disc Beach, which I really love. It's overstable mid, it has a bead here. You can really just unleash on this thing and it'll go out and come back. And I like that in this softer DX plastic, woodland plastic. So the Beach is really good for overstable mid. Then my favorite mid-range I've ever thrown, the Amy Lewis Magnolia. It's super neutral. I flick it and I backhand it. Basically, you put it on the line and it'll do that and come out a little bit. I really love this disc. It's just I use it for almost every shot, like Annie shots, hyzer shots. It's just really neutral mid-range. And then here we go, we have a a putter that I helped create, but I like to use it as a mid-range. It's called the Douglas Fir from AGL Disc. Now this is a really shallow putter, no bead or anything on it, but you can pop it, give it a little bit like that, and it'll just go straight. It's a lot like the Sycamore, how it finishes just straight. No left, no right. Great for in the woods play. And then I have the Acacia from AGL Disc. This is a lot like a Whizzard, which is your overstable beaded putter, but it's a little more sharp right here, which makes it a bit faster. So if I'm looking for a straight upshot backhand and I want it to like pop up a little and go a lot straighter, then I'll definitely go with the Acacia from AGL Disc. Now if I want your classic overstable putter, definitely the Whizzard. It's one of the best putters ever made, and it's by Gateway Disc. It's got a bead here. I flick it, I backhand it, I depend on it everything within 100 feet. The Gateway Whizzard is a definite must-have. And then my putter that I'm using currently is the SS Hemp Magic. I absolutely love it. It's just shallow enough for my hands, but just deep enough to where I don't have an over gripping issue. It still pops up really straight, so like 30 footers, 40 footers, not a problem. And I just can really depend on it to be really, really true to its flight. I really love the Magic. I recommend it to anyone if you're looking for a straight putter. It's a great disc. All right, well, that's all I bag. I don't bag very much. I'm very grateful to AGL Disc and Gateway Disc. They've given me everything I need to succeed. And I hope to continue to be Oregon's highest rated FPO for the rest of the year. Thanks for checking out my In the Bag. Have a good day.